Welcome to Weston-super-Mare, a town with a name that's become shorthand for seaside decline. For years, it's been dragged through its own mud, with headlines and online reviews of rundown, past its prime, and Britain's worst seaside resort. But now, something's changing. Weston is in the middle of a £20 million gamble, not on roller coasters or retail giants, but on bold ideas. So the question is, can this town defy expectations and pull off a second chance? Walk with me as we explore the seafront, discover the progress, and whether Weston-super-Mare is finally turning the tide. Hey everyone, and welcome to Weston-super-Mare, where you come for the views and you stay because your car got stuck in the mud, and where the only thing more dangerous than the Western Tide is a seagull spotting an unattended Greg's bag. I used to come here all the time growing up, and I also brought my own kids here when they were little. It's my first time back here in 10 years, and since then the reputation's nosedived. Weston now has a reputation. It's like Marmite, you either love it or you have very strong opinions about it. It's certainly a town that prompts very passionate online reviews, and a quick look at TripAdvisor you'll see reviews saying things like Weston-super-Mud or it's an absolute dump. Others say it's a great beach and a welcoming place. Now the council knows it's got problems, but they're working on improving it. They've announced a £20 million restoration project, which includes plans to upgrade several areas of the Weston-super-Mare seafront. And as we walk around the seafront, I'll show you around all the best attractions, but I'll also let you know what's changing. So I'm going to show you around, and I'm going to keep this tour completely real, so by the end of it you can form your own opinions on whether you want to come to Weston-super-Mare or not, and whether you think it can make a comeback. I'll be visiting different seasides every week, so if you like these type of videos, I'd love you to hit that subscribe button. Your support would mean the world to me. So as we start our walk, you will notice there is a considerable amount of parking at the seafront. Half the promenade can be parked on. Blue badge holders can park for free all day in designated parking bays, as well as on-street parking. Melrose Car Park at the very top of Nightstone Island is apparently the cheapest place to park on the seafront. You can also park on the beach at times in the year, which is quite novel, but be aware of the tide times. There has been a multitude of cars lost because of incoming tides. Even the police have been caught out and had to be rescued from here as well. If you're travelling by train, you can get it from Bristol or Bridgewater, and then the train station is a 12-minute walk to the seafront. Also, for those watching with mobility issues, beach wheelchairs are available to rent from Somerset Council, but they are limited, so I advise you pre-book. Otherwise, Weston-super-Mare is pretty much wheelchair friendly. The beach here is also nearly 2 miles long. Bear in mind, Weston-super-Mare beach is too dangerous to swim in, as there's sinking mud all down here, and it doesn't have a lifeguard service, but they do have a ranger service who patrol the beach to offer assistance. Weston-super-Mare has a nickname, Weston-super-Mud, because it sits on the Bristol Channel to our left here, which has the second highest tidal range in the world. The shoreline goes out by almost a mile, believe it or not, and when it goes out it exposes all the mud flats. Don't try and walk out to the shoreline when the tide's out, you'll never find it. You'll probably be in Wales before you do. We're coming up to the Tropicana now, and as you can see, there's huge walls back to sea defences. The Tropicana has been everything. Basically, it started off, originally opened in 1937 as an open air pool, but since then it's undergone several changes, from having a wave machine to then being abandoned for decades, until famous street artist Banksy came along and gave us Disneyland amusement park, which if you didn't experience it, it was an oddly surreal take on an amusement park. And interestingly, the materials from Disneyland were sent to the Calais migrant camp, and they've been used to create living and community spaces, and also a children's playground. As for the Tropicana, it's set to undergo the most major change here in Weston-super-Mare. It's been given the go-ahead for a major £9 million redevelopment plan, aimed at transforming it into a nationally significant venue for culture, arts and entertainment, which will accommodate up to 5,000 people. Let's keep walking. There's lots of public toilets all along Weston's Promenade, but they do cost 30p to use, so make sure you bring some change with you if you're visiting, guys. Look at these old Victorian bus shelters, guys. The architecture back then was so beautiful. They're really nice, and there's quite a few of them dotted all along the seafront here. This is Revo Kitchen here on our left hand side. It's a nice little cafe pub with great views of the water or the mud depending on the tide. And you can buy all your usual things like your burgers and your pizzas. Prices start around £12 to £15 for a main meal, which I don't think is too bad considering the location right on the seafront. These are the beach wheelchairs I was telling you about, and you can rent them from the Tropicana, I believe. Just double check before you come. And just over there you can see the beach rangers patrolling the beach. We've now come up to the disabled toilets. So if you're in a wheelchair and you need accessible toilets, or if you're with somebody who's disabled, these are the toilets for you. And they're not too far from the pier and the observation wheel here on your right hand side. It's really good to see the observational wheel, all the operational, and people using it before the Easter holidays. You can grab an ice cream here as well. Your buckets of space for the kids. There's lots of these dotted all over the seafront. There's a Premier Inn on the right hand side as well. So if you want a cheap night to stay, that's an option for you. On the right hand side is the #1 chippy, and this chippy really lives up to its name. It's really highly rated on TripAdvisor. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to return and do a review of their fish and chips. And on the left is the Grand Pier. When you think of Weston-super-Mare, the first thing you probably think about is the Grand Pier. It burnt down twice, so if you feel warm when you're in here, just double check it's not happening again. Seriously though, it's been through a lot. The original opened in 1904, but it burnt almost completely down in 2008. I remember watching the news on the day it happened, and I was absolutely gutted. This pier played such a massive part in my childhood holidays. Luckily, it was rebuilt. Can you guess the cost? Yep, an eye-watering amount of money. And because of the cost of the rebuild, entrance to the pier is chargeable, and from April this year it will cost £2 each to walk on the pier, but I still think it's worth it. You can pay by cash or card. Let's take a walk around and I'll show you the inside. So these shelters in the middle, they're designed so basically you can come up here, come rain or shine, in the middle of winter, you can come down the pier and be protected from all the elements. Yeah, it's a really great idea. Apparently a little train ride comes up here at times as well, at certain times of the year, probably just in the summer, I'm not sure. So you can see from this perspective here, all the mud flats I was telling you about. So once the tide goes out, it's really not safe to go out too far. Otherwise you'll have to be rescued. Nobody wants the embarrassment of being rescued in the mud. The weather today is absolutely stunning. It's so warm considering it's April. I'm really hoping for have a lovely hot summer this year. So here's the train that takes you up and down. If you've got mobility issues or you just fancy a fun ride, you can come up the pier. Weston-super-Mare Pier now has a fun card, so you can top up your fun card and you can go on all the rides. That's handy. If you haven't been to Weston-super-Mare before, then I really recommend you come on the Grand Pier because it's absolutely brilliant. There's a lot to do for the kids especially. There's an indoor go-kart, there's amusement park in there, there's so many rides. You can spend all day and spend a fortune. What's this here? Big savings, unlimited ride wristbands. Little kids, £15 all day. All of our kid-friendly attractions includes a free fall, laser maze, soft play, crystal maze. Big kids, £20 all day for all of our major attractions. £30 all day, and you can go on the go-karts. That's brilliant. That's such good value for money. The Grand Pier here is where you'll find all your best rides in Weston-super-Mare. It's got go-karts, crazy golf, racing simulators, and loads of other rides as well. So grab yourself a fun card, top that fun card up, and have a blast. That was amazing, but extremely busy. So if you don't like a lot of noise, I'd avoid, or wear some headphones at least. Back on the promenade now, and as I was telling you earlier, the chippy over there on the road is right by the pier. But not only is that chippy, you've got also ice cream shops, John's Rock shop over there where you can buy all your beach goods, your sticker rock, your Kiss Me Quick hats, all the beach toys you could possibly want. The place is absolutely lined with chippies and ice cream shops. The great thing is as well, there doesn't seem to be any queues either because there's so many of them. That across the road there, that beautiful white building, that's the Winter Gardens Pavilion. And that's been here since Victorian times as well. It's now an event space, so you can book a wedding there. They do corporate events, all sorts of different things. On the left hand side, you can see Nightstone Island. We're going to walk over that shortly. If you've enjoyed this video and you'd like to check out more seafront tours, please consider giving us a like and subscribe. It would really help me out. You can also follow me on Facebook on Beach Life and Beyond. As we continue to walk down the promenade, you'll notice there are tons of hotels lining it. Weston-super-Mare is not short of places to stay for a bargain break. It also has around 75 B&Bs. A decent night's stay in Weston-super-Mare is going to set you back around £39 to £200 a night, so there's something for every budget. Or there are holiday parks in the surrounding areas, I believe, a Pontins and a Haven. The oldest hotel in Weston-super-Mare is the Royal Hotel, which opened in 1810. It has a rich history and is a prominent landmark in the town. It's a beautiful building, isn't it? That's incredible. Believe it or not, that's a really decent night's stay as well, pretty cheap. You'll pay around £100 to £120 a night for there, but you're literally spoilt for choice. Look at all these people enjoying their beers and their drinks in the hot weather. What a great space to enjoy a drink in the summer weather. I want to give a special shout out to this building here, the Old Thatched Cottage. It's been here since 1774 and is Weston's oldest building. It looks like it's also having some work done at the moment on the roof. It's an awesome space. There's some fire pits over the other side as well with some seating, so if it gets a little bit cooler in the evening, you've got somewhere nice to chill out, it's still warm. This is the Adventure Water and Play Park. This is also undergoing development. There's a new whale experience, which is also great for SEND children. The council are promising to add many play experiences over the course of the coming months and years. This place is going to be awesome for the little ones when it's finished. I mean, it's great now, but they're clearly doing some work getting it ready. It says a splash pad will be open from the 18th of April. So it is chargeable. Yeah, look, they're doing some repainting right now. And right next to the water park, we have the Crazy Hills Crazy Golf Experience. It makes a change to see a crazy golf in a seafront that isn't pirate themed. Crazy golf seems to be like quintessentially British seaside-esque. In front of us is Nightstone Island. This place was once a spa retreat for Victorians. Now it's mostly apartments. At least the residents have a good view of the mud. Marine Lake is right in front of us as well. It was created in the 1920s as a safe spot for swimming. It actually fills up and retains salt water from the sea. It's also in a great location for local amenities should you need to use them, and entry to Marine Lake is free. Marine Lake has also recently undergone a lot of development with a view of making it more accessible. The council has improved ramps and walkways and public toilets. Now let's head over to the biggest eyesore in Weston-super-Mare, the Birnbeck Pier. This tragic show is Birnbeck Pier, and it's the UK's only pier connected to an island. It was once a Grand Victorian marvel, opened in 1867. It once had a paddleboat steamer which connected Weston-super-Mare to Wales. The service stopped in the 70s, and as Weston-super-Mare's tourism declined thanks to the boom in cheap package holidays, so did the pier. After years of neglect, storm damage and fires, it was abandoned in 1994 and left to rot. Now it's an eerie shell of its former self, an eyesore on the seafront, crumbling into the sea. There are plans underway to restore it into a vibrant heritage attraction and lifeboat station, hoping to open in 2027. Out of all the development plans for Weston, I think this one is the one I'm most excited for. Let's hope they pull it off, because it could do wonders for the town. This is Weston-super-Mare town, and where you really see the neglect and the town's deprivation thanks to decades of underinvestment. High streets are dying all over the country, and Weston is no different, unfortunately. Like many towns across the UK, Weston-super-Mare is a place of contrasts. While seafront and tourist attractions thrive, parts of the town face significant challenges, and the seasonal nature of tourism can leave many residents in precarious employment. Over the years, the town centre has seen its fair share of changes. The rise of online shopping and out-of-town retail parks has impacted local businesses, leaving some of the shop fronts empty and prompting calls for regeneration. Recent developments, however, such as the refurbishment of the Sovereign Shopping Centre and plans to revitalise public spaces such as the parks, aim to breathe new life into the area. So that's our tour of Weston-super-Mare. It certainly has its problems with its run-down and neglected areas. The poverty levels seriously need addressing because people are desperate and need the right support, and hopefully the regeneration projects will help with housing and jobs. I think it's got a lot going for it though. The pier and marine lake are great. There's lots to do here, and I think it has a bright future ahead of it. Plus, if you like the beach but you hate the sea, Weston's got you covered. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to want to check out some more seafront walking tours right here. Make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Until next time, take care.